All right, you guys. Look at this guy, huh? Uh-huh. Tess, zoom in on this guy. Yeah.
In post? Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the URL Club Podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome. The whole club is here, as you can see. Everyone. I'm just kidding. They left us.
Yeah, it's just me and Jared this week.
They left us forever. No, they didn't. The club will be back. But as of right now,
the gang's all here in spirit. But
the fucking top of the pyramid scheme is here today. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
URL Club is not a pyramid scheme.
it's not.
It might
We're
be.
not that smart.
It might be. No, I'm just kidding.
We're not that smart.
We're
let's be
really
real.
not.
But yeah, it's just Jared and I today.
Yeah.
Top of the pyramid, but also, we missed the gang.
We really do miss them.
And it's going to be otherwise business as usual, I think.
Absolutely. Hey, I missed you guys. How much have you missed us since the last episode you guys watched? Drop a comment. Let us know how much you missed the podcast.
For context, y'all, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since we've recorded one of these, but because of the magic of the internet,
True.
you guys are getting episodes that we recorded in February. I hope you loved hearing about the Super Bowl in July.
Hey, we're relevant. Maybe.
We will be sometime.
It's entertainment, all right? I hope y'all enjoy it.
For the people at home, we're recording this on the 15th of July.
Yeah.
So, we're hot off of 4th of July break. We all kind of did some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just got back from Anime Expo
Ooh, tell me.
about a week ago.
Tell me about the expo.
It was cool this year. It was like a different vibe. Like last year, I feel like it was pure chaos.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't their first year back since like the COVID pandemic was in full swing.
Yeah.
But they made it kind of their big like celebration, like holy shit, we're back here.
Yeah.
So last year there was just like a ton of crazy guests. They had like voice cast members and directors from games like Yakuza.
Okay.
Stuff like that. This year was a little bit more low key. I also think like I just personally was less interested in a lot of the things there.
Okay.
But still a great vibe. Still the Anime Expo vibe. And like if you're willing to hang out and not just get lost on the show floor the whole time, you'll have a great time there. So basically like when you go into the convention center, there's like a couple different areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like pretty standard for any convention, but because of the size of AX, they're like whole like floors basically.
Okay.
Like in a building. But the show floor is like basically where all of the big companies like kind of show off their booths and sell stuff and
Oh, I see.
do things like that. So it's like, you had like Toei with their big One Piece thing, and there's like I'll put the picture in there. They literally had like the largest like character statue I've ever seen of Luffy. You could just see it anywhere in the fucking building.
Damn, that's sick.
And
That's
like
fucking
that's
sick.
kind of where all the big companies are. And then you have like their gaming area. I think it's called the entertainment hall.
Yeah.
They have like an arcade set up, and there's some free play stuff, and then there's some other companies like selling some stuff. It's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit cozier. And then they have Artist Alley, which is like literally like anyone can apply for a booth.
No way.
And just like go run a store there.
That's cool.
And that's like where the super cool stuff is. And
That's
that shared
super
the space
fucking
with
cool.
like the 18 plus area, and like they also have like a streetwear section that's down there.
Cool clothes.
Yeah, I actually bought some stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Shout outs to like Apocalypse and
Shout them out.
Chiro Fish. Those two in particular I love. Like twice 2 years in a row now I've bought stuff from both of them. So
Fuck yeah.
super cool, and also just like really friendly, nice people.
Speaking about One Piece, So I've never watched One Piece. But today I was in my friend's. We were on Discord, and my friend was playing One Piece on his stream. I jumped in for like 2 seconds, and there's like I had to get this explained to me. I guess there's a character that's like 12 in it, but can make themselves like into like an older character.
I have not gotten
something.
to that.
All I'm saying is she like transformed into the old version of herself, and there's too many. I'm just gonna say this: too many titty and shots of ass for a character that's supposed to be 12 years old. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, that is the classic anime trope of like, look at this 600-year-old loli. But it is whack.
I was like, damn, that's like a trip shot of her ass, huh? And then my friend was like, yeah, but like she's 12, so you can't like it. And I was like, what?
They probably just felt they needed to compete with Monogatari since that's back.
Is this the criminal anime or
anime?
no?
Monogatari is criminal, but also I love it dearly. So Like that's a whole rabbit hole. This isn't the first time this has come up on the pod either, but I don't know. Monogatari is complex, and I might love it, but I would never recommend it to another human soul. So
True. I feel like we should address the elephant in the room right now.
But yeah, what's that?
We're cozy.
We are cozy today.
We're so cozy right now. Yeah.
I even got this blanket I got at AX.
I'm chilling with this Evangelion. Shout out. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's or Evangelion.
Evangelion Llama. URL branded. I'm just kidding. This is not URL branded content, but soon.
Hideaki Anno, if you want to do an Eva crossover with us, hit us up.
Please.
We'd love to have you.
We would absolutely love it.
I have a Lucky Star blanket that I actually bought at the con this year.
Yeah.
Also, like, kind of have it as a little Easter egg. Like, that's what my next video is about. Kinda.
Nice.
It's that I don't want to promise it'll be the next one, but there's a Lucky Star video that is materializing. And maybe about other Kyoto animation stuff at the time. We'll see.
Hell yeah.
The sort of, I think the workings of figuring out how to make that video have been a challenge for me, considering like KyoAni's back in the news because of the whole I don't know if you know about the arson attack that happened at their office, but
no. Arson, huh?
Yeah, so back in 2018, some crazy guy who was convinced they were stealing his book killed 36 people in an arson attack.
What, he just fucking burned the building down?
Yeah, he just set the building on fire.
Criminal, yo.
And he killed like a lot of people who have been there forever, and it like that would obviously suck no matter what.
Yeah.
But Kyoto Animation's like notoriously the most progressive anime studio in the world. Like they hire more women, they have like good parental leave.
Damn, so it was like low-key a fucking hate crime too.
So it just like high-key sucked. I don't know. It's like one of those things where it doesn't have much to do with the actual video I'm working on. But also, like, it feels like a sort of elephant in the room.
Yeah.
And, like, talking about that studio's legacy, how do you leave something like that out? But,
damn, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. All of that's a roundabout way to say keep an eye out for a Lucky Star video.
Yeah, it's going to be lit.
Also a Dungeon Meshi video, I think.
Also, it's on the Press Pause channel.
Yeah, on Press Pause. There's a link to that in our on our channel. And I honestly might just put like a little playlist of my videos on this channel and like vice versa for some of the URL clubs on mine. Just
fuck yeah.
You know, spread the love.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, keep an eye out for that stuff.
Yeah. All right. So today, this is a little bit of a topic change.
Okay.
But I wanted to get your opinion on this because I saw a lot of mixed comments in the comment section and people having different opinions on this sort of thing.
Sure.
But there was a fight in Denver, like a UFC fight in Denver last night, right?
Sure.
The headliners were two girls. I forgot what their names were, but they're like really good fighters.
Yeah.
But one of the girls almost missed weight at weigh-ins the night before, and she was 0.5 pound over. And to make weight, she cut her hair off and made weight.
Okay.
So people in the comments are saying that she didn't actually that the UFC should have just given it to her because you're encouraging like unhealthy and that they should have just given it to her because half
it's like a body image thing.
Yeah, people are scared it's like a body image thing, and people are also saying like it's just half a pound, like just let it fly. I know my opinion on this thing, but like I want to hear your opinion on this.
So having not heard of this at all yet, like this just being, right off the rip here, like I don't think it would be hard to weigh someone and just like take their hair out of the equation. Right? Like you just have someone hold the hair.
Ooh. Interesting.
So it's like I kind of see the argument, but also I think like purely from a rules standpoint, like you got to make the weight, right? Like,
okay, I'm glad you see it that way because I saw people being like, just give it to her, and it's like, well, then where do you draw the line of where you stop giving it to him?
I don't think just give it to him, but I also do think it's like if they, I don't know if you want like a hair hook or something.
Yeah, especially with like girls divisions, because like some girls are just like shaving their heads because of this in fighting. Which low key, if you're a fighter, you kind of should just have like really short hair because like, I don't know. You're just what if your hair gets stepped on? I don't know. It just suck if your hair got stepped on. I think they have to wear like hair fucking things anyways. But
yeah,
that would be a whole thing.
I guess my thing would be like come up with like a way that like women can be weighed without their hair, or something like that. Like because this is like obviously going to be a common thing.
Yeah.
And like, especially some types of hairstyles can get pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And if
no,
you have
absolutely.
dense hair, that can be like a thing for sure. And I don't know, like I do think they should be able to have long hair if they want. And,
I
like,
would agree.
wear a
Like,
cap. But I also like that's not a rule that exists. It's a rule that should, but
no,
like
it does exist. Well,
oh, okay.
well, at least so I grew up wrestling. You couldn't have long hair. Like,
Yeah,
if,
but is there like a system to weigh the person? Like,
oh no, not weighing. I just saying like, yeah, like the people weighing you in could just straight up be like, your hair's too long, and like they would just like shave. They would just shave your head. If your coach had scissors, they would just give you the most bunk haircut ever, and you. So that's like. That was like, you don't want to ever risk it. So just like the season comes around, you just have short hair.
I was also around wrestling, and I've seen a lot of that.
The bunk haircut. So I feel for her so much because getting the bunk haircut right before weigh-ins, this is like, damn. But yeah, I agree. Like, because especially as like a woman, like I'm not a woman, but like as like her, I can like empathize with her by being like, she wants to have long hair.
Yeah,
That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of those things where there's not a system for it now, but like.
Yeah.
They could make a system, and I don't think it would be that hard.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of like hair weight type thing. I don't know. That'd be tough, but like I think they could figure it.
You just have to find a way to hold it up, right? Like you could literally just have like a tray dumped into the thing or whatever. Like
that would make sense. Yeah, some sort of thing where you just put your hair in it. I don't know.
Yeah, like I think it would be like one of the. You could even have like a fucking hook and then have them put their hair in a net.
Yeah.
Like there's so many easy ways around this.
Yeah, I agree.
Where
with
it's
this.
like I think it can be worked around.
Yeah, I agree.
But also like this like yeah, like I think it's very fair to say like she had to make weight.
Now, what's your opinion on I saw some comments in the comment section talking about how this is like encouraging eating disorders and such things like that. And that was a thing where I was like, this is questionable, but like I can see it, but like also like they're just in the best shape of their life. Like, is that really like eating disorder? I don't know.
I think if you had an eating disorder, you would struggle to be a fighter.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, she wouldn't be fighting if she had an eating disorder.
Like if you were binge eating, you would struggle to make the weight that you're in, and if you were cutting too much,
you wouldn't be able to fight.
You probably wouldn't have the muscle mass to fight.
No, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I could see how it could negatively impact people after they retire.
No, absolutely.
And like I do think like there's like a conversation there, but it's like how the sport works, and I don't know how you would rework it.
Yeah, I don't think
without like just getting rid of weight classes or making them like really broad.
Yeah, and then that
would be
point,
a safety issue.
Yeah, it's safety and like just unfair advantages, but also like I do see that. Like I think about like my days of cutting weight. Like I'll never look that fit again, and like it does kind of cause something in your head where you're just like, am I like out of shape or So I do get it, but also it's like she chose to be in that sport also, and she obviously loves it. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things where it's like there's a conversation there. I think more than anything, you could just provide like resources to these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if either as part of a retirement plan or whatever, where it's just like these people have like a resource to deal with eating issues.
Yeah.
And make that a part of the league and the part of the benefits you get or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it seems like there's there's treatment for everything.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. That was something I saw today, and I was just like, damn, crazy, crazy different takes. Bunch of people have, and like, I never had even thought about it like that before. People just taking it to play, but like also, yeah, the cutting the hair off. I do feel bad. I was like, damn, homie really had to do that, huh?
Yeah, it's like it's one of those things where it's just I don't think it's
it sucks that they had to do that.
Yeah, like it sucks. There should be a way around that.
Yeah. Another thing is though is she probably knew going out there she was going to be overweight. Like over half a pound because you have scales back in your rooms and shit. Like
yeah,
they went out there and probably were like, maybe they're like making a statement of some sort. Maybe trying to change something. I don't know. Anyways, Tess, you see anything fucking controversial online lately? Anything that like the people need to know about? I know your Twitter's a scary place sometimes.
So I haven't been on Twitter.
Oh, thank God.
That's maybe like one of the more interesting things. I've been kind of like on a pretty big cleanse of like social media lately.
Thank God. No,
I've been on TikTok.
TikTok is crazy.
TikTok's crazy. I feel like it's like, we don't want to get political on here, but right now,
oh, bro,
that's what TikTok is.
Yeah. Fuck. that shit is out of hand. I literally see anything with that, and I just try to scroll right past it because I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah. So it's the internet's on fire right now.
To be fair though, I saw this. This is the only time I didn't scroll past a political post. It was Obama asking for money for the campaign, and I was trying to figure out the whole time if it was like an AI Obama. It looked so AI to me, but like I think it was real. But also like I think they did some AI upscaling to him or something. He like, I was just like, this is AI, right? And then I was like, no. And then I'd be like, is it though?
So there was an AI thing this weekend that was pretty controversial.
Oh,
actually,
yeah?
now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, somebody, I don't know if it was like officially done by the New Yorker or the New York Times or whatever. Basically, someone AI generated like a fake headline that Kim Kardashian was coming out as a transgender man.
Okay.
But like all of the photos on it and all of the aesthetic of it was like extremely convincing.
Damn, that's fucking scary.
And like people thought it was real, and people were like posting about it, and it's not real.
Yeah, no. Damn.
It's just like somebody did like an AI scam, or I heard someone saying like it was like okayed by the publication.
No,
it was like
way.
an experiment, but I don't know if that's true. That sounds like I don't know who anyone would do that. It would like ruin their journalistic integrity.
Ruin it, yeah. Dude, fuck
but
AI.
I don't know. I think it's crazy. Like fuck yeah.
Fuck AI. Honestly, like there should be like, in my opinion, there should be like a cutoff where it's like if you're making money with AI, like there's like should be like a limit of money you can make with AI, and then it's just like cut off. I mean, like you just shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't be able to make like over like $100 a week with AI, just because like AI is such a dangerous fucking thing. Like you think about what it's gonna do if like companies keep getting unregulated.
It's bad for artists.
Really bad.
It's bad for like public information,
but it's
and
bad
reliability.
For everyone. Yeah.
I know like platforms like Instagram are trying to make it so you have to mark AI posts. And a lot of social media sites want to make it so you can like toggle off seeing AI. So you can just be like, I don't want it.
Yeah.
And like obviously there's still potential for like something to sneak through the cracks.
Of course.
But like I'm all for that. And I honestly think we need to regulate it a lot faster than we are.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like
AI is sketchy.
Yeah, like I enjoy AI tools. Like I love being able to go into. We used DaVinci Resolve to edit this podcast, and there are a lot of like little tools in there that are really helpful. I don't use it on this channel much, but for my channel, right? Like I bring in songs sometimes that have vocals. There's a slider and you can just turn off the vocals on that song.
Oh yeah, there's some AI tools like that. Those are great.
It's built into Resolve now. You can just stem something out and disable a stem.
Sick.
Yeah, no,
they got RX in that shit, huh?
Yeah, it's like
That's
I
sick.
have like actual RX as well, and the two of them together, it's like a really comprehensive audio suite that like I don't have to ever leave the software for, and that's great, and I love that.
I agree. That type of AI is like what I believe AI should be more like used as tools instead of like something that just creates. I feel like AI shouldn't be creating anything ever, in my opinion. AI should just be
analytical tool.
I don't know how. Actually, I don't know. So every once in a while, like I don't know. I've used AI before for my own stuff, but I don't let it just be its own thing either. I definitely take it and I'll do my own thing to it just because I want it to still look like a human had a hand in it.
Sure.
But also like sometimes you need a few things. But also like I'm not making any money. I think that's a big thing here is when you're like taking someone's job, it's really scary.
Yeah, for sure. I'm all for AI tools, but even those can be kind of dangerous, right? Like there's this one going around in the film world. I forget what it's called, but basically like it's like in beta right now, and I don't think it works super great from everything I've heard. Maybe that's changed. But like you can like literally go in and you can be like put all your footage in a bank, right?
Yeah.
And you can basically just be like, let's say you're making a movie with like Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah.
You could say Ryan Gosling, restaurant, crying, and it'll pull up all of the shots with that.
Damn.
And it's like essentially like auto sorting on the fly. And it can like line stuff up against scripts and against budget sheets automatically based on the context.
Damn.
And stuff like that.
So just taking a fucking like 10 interns' jobs.
Yeah, so
like,
it's like
all those interns are just fucked.
Like if you and I were to try and make a micro budget horror film, right?
Sure.
With like our 6 friends, Like, it would probably be a fucking lifesaver for us, right?
Oh, for us it would be great, but like
But
you think about like a big production, like you're taking so many people's jobs.
yeah, I
So
mean, luckily it sounds like the unions are fighting that really hard.
there should be. That's really what should just be.
I mean,
It's
that
just
was
like,
a
what's
big
the
part of the
budget?
strike that happened last year.
Awesome.
Which rules.
Yeah.
Like, keep fighting it.
It's I know it's tough too. I talk to people who are doing that sort of stuff all the time because they'll come into the bank and we'll talk about the writer's strike and whatever strikes there are as of right now, and I'm just like, you guys are hanging in tough because it sounds like it's just like so much.
a lot of people are leaving
So.
LA because of it.
Oh yes,
I've
talked to those people as well.
it's
and that's
rough
sad.
out here.
It's sad, and it sucks that the industry is going the way it is going, because it is definitely just becoming more and more like give money to the people at the top. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the kind of silver lining right now is that the film industry has always done this. You know, in like 1940, there was a film scholar that wrote an article saying like the death of cinema and like understanding it.
yeah,
And cinema has died just about every decade since then. So I don't know. I don't know that I subscribe to the same doom and gloom as a lot of people are about the industry right now. I think it'll probably be like the 80s where there's like a little bit more of an indie renaissance, and we saw a little bit of that already. Not to say
Nice.
Oppenheimer's indie, but like that was a like narrative historical drama.
Yeah, at least it wasn't fucking Captain America like throwing the bomb. Like
Yeah, like it wasn't a sequel, it wasn't a franchise movie.
yeah,
And it was a 3.5 hour drama about white guys standing in a room and yelling at each other.
well, and it was like a historical event. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know how many of those are we actually seeing like hit the big screen like that.
Point being, like a lot of people would tell you that people talking like that in a movie, having a movie based around dialogue, would be like a surefire failure. And it was
Yeah.
the third biggest movie of the year internationally.
And it was awesome. I mean,
And it was a
I love
really
that.
solid
I
movie.
love that movie. I mean, I understand some people have like problems with it, but I thought it was a great film.
I don't think it's perfect, but it's like great.
I thought it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like for me it's a rock solid like 8 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where I'd put it too. It's like it was a great watch. You know, I love the soundtrack too, and
The soundtrack's killer. The soundtrack is one of my favorite Nolan soundtracks.
yeah, and like they do capture such a good moment when the bomb goes off. You don't know if, like, even you as an like watching the movie, you don't know whether to feel happy or like sad or like anything. And like,
I
I feel
felt
like
sick to my stomach.
I was like sitting there, I was like, oh, they like did it, but then you're like sitting there and you're like, oh, they like did it. You know, like
I think the fact that we've
probably how-
had this conversation repeatedly too
Yeah.
speaks to its like staying power.
yeah.
Like yeah, really well made movie.
Speaking about a movie, you see
Yeah.
that they're bringing back Interstellar to theaters here soon.
Oh, I'm very excited.
Dude, I am so fucking excited about this because
Yeah.
I always have wanted to see that movie. Like, and then we could go to the City Walk one
That's what I'm
with
thinking.
the, what is it, 44 millimeters? Is that what that
The
shit's-
70 millimeter.
70 millimeter, that shit. Yes, 70 millimeter.
Yeah, they're so it's only playing in 70 millimeter IMAX.
No
I think
fucking way.
that's
dude.
the thing. They mastered it to 70 millimeter IMAX. It might just also do an IMAX run. It wouldn't
It's gonna
surprise
be
me.
so lit.
It's one of the two big IMAX movies this year that's left that I'm like hyped for. The other one being Megalopolis.
What's Megalopolis?
Basically, Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, like all these iconic movies, wrote this
Yeah.
movie in the 70s or 80s, and people were just like, nah, you can't make that.
Yeah.
So he started a business empire so he could spend $100 million of his own money making it.
Oh shit.
Adam Driver stars in it. Apparently at some point in the movie, a attendant from the theater has to walk out and have dialogue with a character on screen.
No
like
way.
crazy experimental stuff is happening. It premiered at Cannes, and every review for it pretty much is either like this movie's perfection or it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh.
But nobody, not one person says it's boring. Everyone's like, it's an experience you have to have, even if you hate every second of it.
I love polarizing things. I think in art means I think you're doing it right, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I think if people are mad about what you're doing in art, that means you're innovating and you're making people. I think you're making people mad that they didn't have that fucking idea, you know, or they're mad that they couldn't do that or whatever. And or so when it's polarizing like that, I think that's usually a good sign. When someone, you don't want people to hear your art and just kind of go, "Oh yeah, that was good, man." You know, like it was good. You know, you want some people to be like, "That was fucking sick," and you want other people to say, "I hated that."
Yeah, exactly.
You want some people to hate it.
That's why I'm stoked for Megalopolis, because I watched the trailer and I'm like, this is a mess, but it's like a mess that like nobody else could put $100 million behind.
100 mil is crazy too, of his own cash, just to be like, I gotta.
I think it's only going to be an IMAX too,
No
because
way.
what's happening is like he was trying to get a distributor for it, and as far as I know, nobody would buy it because he was demanding the 100 mil back. And IMAX signed like a thing that they would basically was like, we'll screen it, like we'll do it.
Fuck
so
yeah. So if it goes big in IMAX though, and like everyone loves it, what happens
then it'll probably get picked up by someone.
Yeah.
I think in France and like a couple other countries it's got distribution.
Oh fuck yeah.
So something will happen with it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Coppola is too big of a name for them to ignore.
Yeah.
But so far as I know, it's only going to be an IMAX, so that's exciting. That's probably my number one most hype thing this year in a theater.
Yeah.
Just because it's so bizarre. Like, there'll probably never be another thing like that in our lifetime with a director of like his level of prestige.
Sure.
So I'm excited for that one as well. Even if I think it sucks, I'm sure I'll think it sucks in a great way. So.
Right. You're just gonna be like, that was like, it's the speeding bullet to heaven, maybe, you know, like
yeah,
the suck that like had so much emotion behind it, you know,
a heartfelt failure,
a heartfelt suck. Like
Yeah.
I love Kid Cudi, and that's the biggest like heartfelt suck, you know, like
even the Fantano review, he's like, this is like the most like love filled one I've ever given, like basically, where it's just like
not a great album, but you know, he like felt so much making it, and like it like had so much really powerful emotion behind it. I think it was just targeted the wrong way.
I think it was targeted the wrong way, and I also think like it felt like he had a cool idea and he didn't spend the time like learning the craft to do that idea.
Yeah, that's another
it's
thing.
like when we didn't know the genre as well as like he thought he did, I think.
Yeah.
And like you listen to it and it just feels like Baby's first pop punk album in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But also like you can tell he loves it.
Oh no.
And like,
you think Kid Cudi loves it?
I've
I
don't
heard
think he like loves it now, but I think he made it.
Well, he
can,
made
like,
it. He loved it.
You can feel the passion and like the care.
I remember watching the Kid Cudi like documentary, and he was just talking about how like that was like the darkest moment of his life is like writing that album, and like, yeah, I mean, it did seem like it. Like the album felt dark, you know, and yeah, I mean,
do we know if he regrets it?
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
Because it's like it could be like the Danny Brown atrocity exhibition.
I doubt it. I mean, as maybe though.
Have you ever heard Danny talk about that album?
No.
So it's like Atrocity Exhibition is probably, I think, critically his best received album.
Okay.
It's really fire. There's some really great tracks on it. When I made my like top 10 albums of the like 2010s, it was like 3 on my list or something.
Nice.
Like I love that record, but basically it was like his first major label record, and he had a bunch of money and he didn't know he had to pay it back.
Yeah.
So he just like balled out on the record.
Oh no.
And then it didn't do well commercially because it's extremely dark and experimental and abrasive.
Yeah.
And he's still paying it back.
Yeah, you got to be careful with it. You got to
like,
know it's in advance, man.
He's still in debt.
It's a loan, bro.
So.
Oh fuck.
Artists
get the big front. Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, money," and it's like, no, that's a loan.
I feel so bad for him too because he's like probably my favorite rapper right now.
Oh fuck.
And like he just doesn't get to release music that much anymore, and it sucks.
He's paying off his debt.
Yeah, I mean, Scaring the Hose was a great record at least, but like the reason that got to come out the way it did is because Peggy put it out through his label.
Yeah.
So it was like he got to bypass the fact that his label wouldn't put something out. Quaranta apparently sat like in the crates for like almost a year.
Damn.
Also a good record from Danny.
Good record. Yeah, that sucks. You hate to see that sort of thing happen to young artists, you know. Let's get excited about all the money, which like who wouldn't?
I don't think he was that young, but still sucks.
Still, well, you know what? Like, this is moral of the story: hire a lawyer.
Hire a lawyer.
Like anytime you're signing anything that's involving like a large sum of money, like hire a lawyer.
Money ain't free.
Yeah, money, especially with those fuckers. Like those guys always cover their tracks. Like if they're gonna fucking front you a milli, like you know that milli's gonna be owed back. Like,
it's like if we ever signed a deal with a label, I wouldn't want much money fronted.
No, yeah, I
It
want
would be like cover my cost of living for a tiny bit,
yeah.
and just like I don't know, like let's make money on the tail end.
I
Like
would just say
advertise it.
yeah, I
You
would
know?
just say
Like,
advertise it. Don't do anything to don't give me any money to make the album. Just like put a fuckload of money into fucking promoting it. That's what I need from the label.
yeah, like maybe buy us like an 1176 or something, but like
No, I'm building
like
an
about
1176.
have you decided?
So okay, if there's any watchers out there actually that have done this, there's like a company, Hairball Audio, that like sells you like the parts to build an 1176 compressor. You just have to know how to put it together, and on their website it says anyone can do it. So let me know in the comments, scale 1 to 10, if you think I can do this.
I want you to.
I want to do it so bad, but like
I think it would be lit.
and I like have like minimal building experience with this sort of stuff, but like what if I could figure it out? That'd be fucking lit.
I'm sure it also comes with a pretty good manual. Like-
No, there's a manual online. I was reading through it and I was just like, okay, like you cut the thing, I could do this maybe. You know,
It sounds
maybe
like
I
at that point
could.
you're building Lego with a little bit of fire.
Lego with like soldering iron and you know, metal, and if you fuck up, it's a bigger fuck up then. Yeah,
I mean,
that's
yeah,
my biggest thing. I just don't want
yeah.
to fuck it up and be like, well, there goes all my money.
I guess that's very fair. I didn't think about that part of it.
That's
It's like,
That's what I'm scared of. I'm just gonna get in there and be like, fuck, I fucked it.
fuck.
it.
Damn.
But like, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Can I build it?
I think you could.
I want to hear.
I want to see it.
Imagine how sick that'd be. Everyone comes to the studio. I'm like, oh yeah, I built that compressor. They're
It would
like,
be lit.
they'd be like, nah, and I'd be like, yeah.
It's also getting a little bit of that analog sound sounds good. Like,
I love the analog sound. I used to be a hater.
I'm a slight hater, but
I used to be a hater. Back when I first moved to LA and people were talking about analog gear and I saw how expensive it was, I was like, they're just fucking pretentious and this and that. Bro, I buy my own analog gear and like the vocal recordings I've been getting lately out of my analog gear and like anything I record
it
through
sounds really good.
you just like I don't even know, you just get the professional sound in my opinion.
You set your gear up in a way where it's simple.
Yes,
which I appreciate.
Super simple.
Like that, like you make analog gear look easy.
Fuck yeah.
A lot of analog gear is a pain, and that's like why I it's like it's not even one of those things where I don't like how it sounds better. I just think about my production process. I'm like, oh, I have to like run a wire and push it. Fuck this.
Yeah.
The plugin's getting dragged on, and it's gonna be ready in like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I
just like remember my first real recording using like a song that like I was caring about, and I was just like, oh, it's like time to record some like shit, and I used my analog gear, and I was just like, oh, like that sounds like so much better than my like even just the Apollo preamps. Like the Apollo preamps are cool and all and like whatever.
think the Apollo preamp is like if you aren't building a full get in the door and have something really high quality.
Yeah,
they're great.
They're clean.
They're
But
clean.
like I was like looking for something with a sound. So I got some like saturation and some compression on there, and it's like, yo, I get it now. And it's like it's lit.
Yeah.
Like I actually do understand the hype behind like getting some sort of analog shit in there, you know.
I can get behind that.
I can get behind, especially with recording. Now, mixing and mastering, like yes, I would love to do an analog mix and master, but like do I want to drop like $100,000 on like a fucking SSL or Orion or whatever the fuck it's called? Like, nah.
That's I think that's the other thing. You there's definitely a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, like there gets to a point where it's like you're like getting a like slight like sound like advantage, but like you also bought like because you have to get like a 50 channel board to like if you're gonna do an actual analog mix, and like that's just the board alone's $50K. You get all the outboard gear and everything that you actually need to throw together like cohesive mix. It's like, yo, you're dropping $100K.
It's the same thing with mics too, which like on a smaller scale, but a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you need this mic," and it's like $10,000 or whatever.
Don't.
And like I have a U86. That's a hefty mic, right?
Yeah.
Like I dropped $3,000 on that mic, but I can't hear the difference between it and the shit that's like $7,000 more. Or like I can.
Yeah, you can like barely hear the difference.
I don't care about the difference.
I don't care about most of the time. Also, like
by the time you process it,
that's
and
what
do
I'm
your own
saying. Like
shit
if
to
you can
it,
just get in there a little bit, it's gonna kind of just come together.
You can
So,
make up. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Is like you can make up that difference with like
your ear.
$60 in plugins in your ear.
Yeah, just have an ear for it, and like, yeah, just make sure your recording's good.
Yeah.
Like, don't like if you clipped, you're fucked. Or if you like if you talked into your mic like this, looking at
The YouTuber move.
oh yeah, what's up, guys? It's me. How to piss someone off 101.
We watched a Twitch streamer just before this. She was sitting there, mic facing like this and talking here.
Just like, what's up, guys? Yeah, like I fucking like, homie. It's an SM7B, bro. It's a dynamic mic talking to the tip.
It's like not even talking to the tip. Like get up in there.
Yeah,
Get up in there.
But that's like good rule of thumb. Any dynamic mic talking to the tip. Like any dynamic mic out there, it's gonna be the tip. It's gonna be the end here. All right, just know that.
I'm also gonna give a grain of advice here. If you're a YouTube content creator or a Twitch streamer, you do not need an SM7B.
Interesting. What mic are you recommending for these people?
So I think the Shure MV7 is way there.
Because it's like 200. It's like half the price.
It's like half the price. I think it's also just YouTube and Twitch are so compressed right now, and I don't think that's going to change dramatically enough that you'll see a huge difference.
Now,
like
to play devil's advocate, what makes the SM7B so lit is this action here. So noise rejecting. You know, you got your little keyboard. Like this thing it's made to really pick up like this.
If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, though, you can use NVIDIA Broadcast, and that will like AI remove all of the background noise.
But like,
and like so it has artifacting, right?
Right.
And it's not perfect, but if you're a Twitch streamer and you, especially like if you're playing on keyboard and mouse, or like a fight stick or something, this isn't going to be enough to like get rid of all that sound either. So it's like, I think if you're a loud gamer and you need noise reduction, there's other options. And it's also NVIDIA Broadcast is free if you have an NVIDIA GPU, and you could save like hundreds of dollars on the mic. Like, it's not that I don't think this is a fantastic microphone. I own 3 of these things. I love the SM7B. I will like die on the hill of this, but it's like if you're a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber, you're not gonna hear the quality difference in your recording between this and like a like MV7 or even like a lot of the other stuff out there. Like by the time it gets up to YouTube, it will be compressed as fuck.
I agree with this.
And like I learned this lesson the hard way with my first video with footage. I recorded in like some crazy file formats. I had like 300 gigabyte files.
Homie probably was doing 96K.
So
knowing Tess, she did 96K.
So this was for video, but
mastered in waves.
I literally for my video I had 2 terabytes of footage.
Don't tell me this.
And then I had to like optimize all of it. My computer took 19 hours to do that. I couldn't put it on sleep.
19, bro. 2 terabytes is most people's entire computer.
I had to build another drive for this.
So, what are you doing, man?
Not that anymore.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I was using like AV1 recording and stuff like that, and the files look great.
Just
and
like
then you know what? You
formats.
put them on, like lossless formats, and then you know what? You put them on YouTube.
You're fucked,
and it doesn't matter because it's getting compressed to shit anyway.
It's just it's the same. I'm gonna be honest with anyone out there. That's the same thing with pretty much almost all media. Like if you're gonna, it's the same thing with the music heads out there who are like, oh, 96K, like 24-bit. Like
if you're printing to Blu-ray for video or like vinyl for
you can
music,
get away with it. Yeah, that's when it's like you can get away with it. Anything else, or if you're going to Tidal, sure, but like, how many of your listeners are gonna be on Tidal paying for the premium? It's like, yes, there's a small amount, but like
more of them should. Tidal like actually pays artists.
Tidal's lit. Use Tidal.
Use Tidal. Use Apple Music. Don't use Spotify. I say
Tidal.
as like a Spotify user, but like.
Yeah, I only use Spotify just so I can get the fucking
I use Spotify and Apple Music, but I unfortunately use Apple. I use Spotify more.
I'm a big SoundCloud user actually. I love SoundCloud. If you guys like SoundCloud, let me know. I love SoundCloud.
I also fuck with SoundCloud.
The scene on SoundCloud's so awesome for what I do. The rhythm scene is there, and
for EDM, I feel like it's still kind of a hub.
Yeah, I love, especially rhythm music. Like SoundCloud's huge, and like
there's a lot of cool breakcore shit on there too.
Yeah, SoundCloud's awesome, and lately. I wish it would come back more because, in my opinion, SoundCloud's like such a cool social media almost for like music, you know.
Yeah,
and they like got rid of the fucking scary, you know, DistroKid and oh, you got to do all this shit. It's just like you just upload. That also kind of ruins the quality of it a bit, though. You can be on SoundCloud and literally just hear like fuckery on there. So
I like
but
that though.
yeah,
Like
me too.
SoundCloud feels a little bit more Wild Westy than
Yeah,
the
it's
rest
the
of like
wild
music
fucking west.
services. It's we're not quite getting like LimeWire days, but
Yeah.
you
No, it's
know,
good though. I like SoundCloud.
I do too. It feels like a happy in between. There's still like an indie scene there that feels like meaningfully cool.
Yeah. Oh
Um
yeah.
and like I don't know. I fuck with it heavy.
Yeah, me too, honestly. And I wish do anything to go back to the days of like SoundCloud where like a lot of people were using it and like because that back then like was like you release good music, there's like a good chance like your SoundCloud could
You
just
get found
go.
on there, yeah. Or all on Spotify.
Which like good luck with the Spotify algorithm. Like you just kind of have to like you gotta know this. You gotta finesse. I don't know.
It's not great. And
Yeah,
also they don't pay artists shit, and
no, yeah, Spotify artists like get paid fuckery.
it like sucks too though, because like with what we do, you kind of have to have it
Oh, absolutely.
because it's like that's what people use. So it's like you want to give people the QR, you want
Yeah.
people to hear your shit. It's like you're gonna send them a Spotify link.
That's the whole reason I use Spotify is because it was like people would be like, well, like send me your Spotify, or like I had to make sure the upload went well, so I have to like be able to play my song right away and see the canvas and do all these things. It's like, fuck it. I just have to use this fucking software now because I was a big Tidal user before I was
Same actually, yeah.
before I went to Spotify because they do pay the artists. And second off, it's just like is cooler and
It sounds better.
and everything about it is just better.
Yeah, I guess it's the other pro tip. If you really care about how your music sounds, Tidal actually sounds better. It's not just marketing gobbledygook. It's
Yeah, it sounds better. And also, if you're into this sort of thing, which this is like kind of a more niche thing, but like if you want to know who engineered the record or who produced it, this is a big thing because they do the credits. The title credits are a lot more in depth. And
They are.
not only is it just a credit, when someone credited is you can click on their name and see the rest of the things that they've done. So it's not like the Spotify credit where you just see a fucking name there. And you're like, oh yeah, that's great. Whoever engineered this fucking killed it.
Spotify also doesn't show many of the credits.
No, they don't show any of them, which is whack. You can see like a producer credit and like that's like it.
They let you upload video credit now for Canvas, but they don't show it.
They don't show it. I tagged a bunch of people on my one of my EPs I released on. I had a guitarist and I had instrumentalists. It didn't show really any of them in the credits on Spotify. On Tidal, it shows all of them, and it's just great. Like Tidal is a lot better, and you can tell it's like for the people,
Yeah.
So I don't know, but you can't win, bro. You can't win because the Spotify algorithm's too good. They're too. The fucking what is it the AI names of playlists that they're making and like the personalized playlists that all have silly names and
Yeah, like
all of it. It's just like how are you going to compete with that as like Tidal, who is like instead of having AI names and personalized playlists for everyone about like crazy shit, we're just going to pay the artists a little more.
I think one way they could do it is like try and like make it feel like a more curated service.
Yeah.
Like kind of like how Mubi and like the Criterion channel work for movies, right?
Sure.
Like those are streaming services where like every month you'll get like a program of new things.
Yeah.
And a lot of times with like Mubi and Criterion, like it's gone after a month or two, and I don't think that works with music the same way. But like you could do this artist come in and curate a playlist.
Yeah.
And like make it feel special, or like do something like that to make it feel like this is the place you go if you're like a music lover and you want something
For
like a little
real.
bit more like tailored to people who are like deeply into it.
I love that idea. It's like for all the genres, it's just like, oh yeah, we brought fucking what's his name in, and he's gonna fucking put together his favorite songs at the moment.
Yeah, or
Boom.
it's like like I think doing something like that, or like just finding ways to make it feel special, or like
Yeah.
even if they did the thing where like they found records that weren't on any streaming service
Yeah.
and they got them up there, like you could do that with like archival jazz records and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that might target a very specific audience, but like I think that's how a streaming service could get ahead, is like make it have something unique and have like a personality.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I don't know.
I agree.
It's working in the movie space, and I think it could work in music too.
True. I totally fucking agree.
High key, a little bit of camera advice here for people who are looking for a camera. Like, actually, small rig's great for accessories, and if you're thinking about buying a cinema camera, FX3 is fantastic, but probably get the FX30.
How much more is the FX30?
It's cheaper.
Oh.
It's like the model down. Basically, it's the same sensor.
Yeah.
It's also 4K. It's just a Super 16 sensor instead of a 35.
Oh.
Or it's a Super 35 instead of full frame.
I
is what
see.
it is.
It's just not full frame.
It's just not full frame. Which sucks a little bit.
Yeah.
But Super 35 is also pretty standard in the industry. And for the price that I got my camera body and one lens, you could get a camera body and a full set of cinema lenses from like certain smaller brands. And sure, your Rokinons aren't going to be great lenses, but people on YouTube aren't going to know the difference, and people at your local film festival aren't going to know the difference.
Most people won't. I would have no fucking
Most
clue.
people aren't going to notice it unless they're like looking at it in a more holistic way, which is to say FX30 will probably save you some good money.
Yeah.
Not saying I made a mistake with the FX3, but if I could do it again, probably do the 30.
Interesting. Yeah, I think talking about that lens conversation, like, I assume it's the same way how I like view music things, where I'm like, oh, if you use this compressor, it's just like most people would have no fucking clue if you used like probably Audacity's like free compressor versus the Shadow Hills mastering compressor. Honestly, most people would have no idea the difference.
I think people notice lens type differences. I don't think they notice like lens quality differences.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like quality versus like. But then when you think about it, like people can catch the vibe somehow.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's like why I say like lens type, right? Like if someone's using an anamorphic that's super wide,
yeah,
right? Like the lenses they used in the first Dune movie,
yeah,
right? Like that has a very different look than like a circular lens or a spherical lens like we're using, right?
I feel like the Dune 1 doesn't look.
That.
Dune 1 doesn't look near as good as Dune 2 does.
Dune 2 looks really cool, and it's actually part of the reason it looks cool is the lenses they used.
Yeah.
They used like rehoused Soviet glass.
No way.
And I think they used all spherical lenses, which is very unusual for a Hollywood movie of that budget.
What do they usually use?
They usually use anamorphics.
That's the square looking
animal. That's the square looking ones. Basically, what's happening with an anamorphic lens is it's capturing more widely and it's compressing it.
I see.
And then in post, you re-stretch it, right?
No way.
And it theoretically lets you get wider aspect ratios, right? So you could do 21:9 instead of 16:9.
I see.
But spherical lenses like have a different look is typically less cinematic, but it can look really cool, and Dune 2 is proof of that.
Oh, Dune 2 looks.
What they did
so
was
good.
they shot on sphericals and then they just cropped it in post.
No way.
I think. Well, they used an IMAX sensor, right?
Damn.
So. And there's also different versions. Like we saw it in IMAX 70mm, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's uncropped.
No.
But the vast majority of theaters, it was just taking some off the top and bottom and compressing it in.
I was wondering if we were missing out on the sides or something, but no, we just
had more on the top.
We got more. Damn. Holy fuck. Bro, when we watched that shit, that was crazy. I've never been in such a crazy movie theater experience in my entire life.
It's lit.
I was like, I'm on Arrakis right now, bro.
The Universal City Walk, I feel safe saying that because we don't particularly live near it, but
I live there.
Universal City Walk looks great. Like
I live on the City Walk.
They got a great theater. You can walk by where they shot the Justin Bieber baby video.
They have Panda Express there. Tess loves Panda Express.
Yeah, I love Panda Express.
Yeah, she loves Panda and she loves
They got Margaritaville, most importantly.
Most importantly, actually though, that's
Margaritaville.
legit. We gotta go to Margaritaville.
Yeah, if I go there and Eddie Burback's like not there at the bar, I'm gonna be disappointed, and that's definitely not gonna happen, right? He must
URL Club fan meetup at fucking Margaritaville. All 6 of you can come.
If we were gonna do a fan meetup, would that be the spot?
Yeah. No, I think realistically where we're going is like, where are we fan meeting? Like, honestly, knowing our fans, it's gonna be like a Discord fucking call.
I feel like we will probably have those.
Bunch of incels you are. No, I'm just kidding. All right?
I'd love to do a Discord meetup with like fan base.
Yeah,
that'd be super fun.
That'd be awesome. We could play you guys some unreleased music and stuff. And
Yeah, it'd be sick.
Yeah.
I also did I tell you I had like a little dream about our project a couple nights ago.
Mm.
Kind of a little bit post-apocalyptic and scary, but also it'd be lit.
Okay.
I had like a dream where like we were really trying to tour the music, and instead the only thing we could tour was like the pod in Toonsley.
No
We were
way.
doing like comedy club stages, like doing live podcasts.
We're not even close to funny enough for that type of shit.
I think we could sell it.
Look at us. We're cozied up
But-
right now. You think we could get cozied up on stage and talk about whatever the fuck we talk about?
I think what we could do is we could bring back like the unhinged like MBE podcast era type stuff.
Hey, if you all know about the MBE podcast, let us know in the comments. That's when we had zero filter.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like some of that energy could come back.
Yeah.
I feel like Toonsley has like a good live potential as well, to be honest. The more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, that'd be fun to do live.
Yeah, maybe we do it maybe we start doing Toonsley like on Twitch. Drop a comment and if you want to see that.
I also think like high key doing Toonsley before a show instead of an opener would be sick. Invite people to come up and like have their USB.
I saw
like
this
submit
once.
shit.
I saw this once where someone was at a show and was just like it was Ghastly. That's who it was. He was like playing a show and was just like, who in the crowd brought their USB? And like some fucking guy who's an inspiring artist just got on stage and played in front of thousands of people because Ghastly was just being a fucking homie.
I think it'd be like super cool to
awesome.
start a culture of like, like my computer's open, airdrop me something. Or like, where's your USB? Let's play a song or two.
Yeah, but we're not gonna escape the reverb farts that people are gonna airdrop us.
I feel like that'd be part of the vibe, though.
Where it's like, oh, the 400th reverbed fart, yay!
I don't know. Like, I feel like if you did that live environment, like we'd get sick of it. The crowd for each show would probably be like,
yo,
yo,
they're gonna play my reverbed fucking fart out. It's gonna be so sick.
We'll also probably get like some serious shit posts, and I can't wait for that.
Yeah, we're gonna get some like things that compete with Cars 2.
Yeah,
we're gonna get some real competitors. Someone's gonna drop us some shit. That's another thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, let us know in the comments. Me and Tess have been mulling over the idea of doing like, you guys send us some sort of music, anything, and we just listen to it on stream or something.
Yeah, once there's enough of y'all, we want to do live shit.
Yeah,
like sometimes,
drop a
once,
comment
twice
if
a
you want to
week.
see that.
Yeah, for sure. And if you got stuff you want us to listen to even before then, like,
yeah,
let
honestly,
us know.
this episode, if you want me to hear something, just put in the comments. I love new music.
I'm pretty sure we also have an email listed that they can contact us at.
Yeah, that's somewhere.
So if you want to email us, like email us.
I think it's probably on our Linktree or something.
I think it's on Linktree. I think YouTube has a spot for it specifically.
perfect.
And I think I put the email there.
Yeah, feel free to email us. Tess will probably respond, and it'll be very well worded. You'll know I responded if it's like not well worded. If it sounds like a 2-year-old typed it out, that's it was me responding. So
When we would text, like when I didn't know you as well, I'd always be like, "Damn, is Jared like mad at me? Because you're very short-winded over text."
yeah, it's true.
And I was like, "Damn, who's trying to avoid me?" And then I just realized, no,
homie's just like not typing.
Yeah, you're just like can't be bothered to type it out.
I really
like,
can't.
fine.
I'll do this thing where my mom will send me like fucking an essay over text, and I just call her. I'm just like, I just really don't want to read all of that, and then I don't want to formulate like this fucking essay back. I'm just like, what's up? And then she just tells me over the phone, and I'm just like, great, okay. And then I tell her over the phone. I'm just like, this is way easier than having to fucking make a well-formed thesis statement with a 3-paragraph argumentative, like, what am I doing out here,
A lot of our texts just go pod tonight. Yeah.
Literally. Literally.
Time ? 8.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
That is absolutely true. It's phenomenal.
We get it. We get it done.
We sure do. We sure fucking do. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that concludes our second ever just duo, Tess and the Dude. Press pause and the Dude type shit.
Yeah. If
Let
you
us know
want
if
to
you
see
like
more of these, let us know.
Yeah, we're cozy. I hope you guys were cozy with us.
Yeah, it's fun to do these every once in a while. I feel like since we are kind of steering the ship here, maybe every once in a while we got to hit them with the little update podcast.
Yeah, just the duo. Y'all can just hit with the duo.
Yeah.
Anyways, see y'all in the next one. Tune in to Toonsly. Tune into our Wednesday contents. Listen to our songs that are coming out. I think this one's probably coming out. You probably got Psychosis coming up.